What if the very people who never invented a parka, a stove, or central heating survived colder winters than most of us could handle for even one single night? No modern fabric, no insulated boots, no thermostat glowing in the dark. And yet, they didn't just survive. Generation after generation, in some of the harshest ice age winters our planet has ever produced, they thrived. So how? Because here's the twist nobody expects. They weren't fighting the cold the way we imagine. They were doing something far smarter. Let's rewind about 40,000 years to a frozen European landscape during the last ice age. Temperatures regularly dropped below what most of us associate with a walk-in freezer. Wind cut across open tundra with nothing to block it for miles. Now imagine standing there, no coat, no fire crackling nearby yet. Your body is already panicking. Your skin tightens. Your muscles begin to shiver uncontrollably. Your brain is basically saying, absolutely not. That's the moment most documentaries stop and say, and somehow they survived. But that explanation is lazy, and it's wrong. Because prehistoric humans weren't defenseless. They were resourceful in ways that still surprise researchers today. Let's clear something up immediately, because this is where the mystery deepens instead of disappears. These early humans did have fire, and they did have clothing, but not the fire and clothing you're picturing. Their fire wasn't a switch you flipped. It was a skill painstakingly earned. Flint sparked against pyrite. Dry tinder nursed for minutes before a flame took hold. A fire that had to be protected, fed, and carried like a fragile, living thing. And their clothing wasn't stitched cotton or synthetic thermal wear. It was animal hide, scraped, softened, and sewn with bone needles and sinew thread. Some Ice Age sites in Russia even preserved evidence of tightly fitted, layered fur garments. Clothing so advanced for its time that archaeologists were stunned when they found it. So the real question isn't whether they had fire or clothing, it's how they survived when both were nowhere near as reliable as ours. Picture a hunter-gatherer band moving through a snow-covered valley. The fire from last night has gone out, the wind has picked up, and the nearest dry wood is miles away. This is where things get weird, because the human body itself became a survival tool. When exposed to consistent cold, human physiology begins to shift. Blood vessels near the skin constrict, pulling warm blood toward vital organs, protecting the heart, lungs, and brain first. It's not comfortable, but it's ruthlessly efficient. Some populations that lived in extreme cold for generations may have developed increased amounts of brown fat, a special type of fat tissue that generates heat directly, almost like an internal furnace. Nature clearly didn't leave humans totally unequipped. It just built the solution differently than we expect. But biology alone doesn't explain everything, because the real secret weapon wasn't inside the body. It was inside the group. Here's what almost nobody realizes. Prehistoric humans didn't survive brutal winters as individuals. They survived as a tightly bonded, cooperative unit. Picture 10, 20. Sometimes more people crowded into a shelter made of mammoth bones, stretched hides, and packed snow. Body heat alone, multiplied across a dozen people in an enclosed space, can raise the internal temperature dramatically. Sleeping in a huddle wasn't primitive. It was thermodynamically brilliant. Even animals figured this out. Emperor penguins in Antarctica huddle so tightly that the temperature inside the huddle can be nearly 70 degrees warmer than outside it. Evolution seems to keep discovering the same trick again and again. Survival often isn't about individual strength, it's about shared warmth. Humans took that idea and layered psychology on top of biology. Storytelling around a fire wasn't just entertainment, it kept people awake and alert during dangerous, freezing nights when falling asleep unprotected could mean death. Social bonding through laughter, ritual, and shared meals strengthened group cohesion, and stronger groups meant higher survival odds when winter turned deadly. But evolution had another plan, hiding in plain sight. Behavior itself became a survival technology, arguably more powerful than any tool. Early humans read the land like a language. They knew which caves faced away from prevailing winds. They understood how snow, despite feeling like the enemy, could actually act as an insulating layer, similar to how igloo-building Arctic peoples later used compacted snow to trap warmth inside shelters. They migrated seasonally, following animal herds toward more sheltered valleys before the worst of winter arrived. They didn't wait for the cold to attack, they anticipated it. This is where scientists were genuinely surprised, because prehistoric survival wasn't a desperate, moment-to-moment struggle. It was closer to a long-term strategy, refined and passed down across generations, blending biology, environment, and cooperation into a single, functioning system. But here's the part that changes everything. None of these adaptations worked in isolation. Fire alone wasn't enough without shelter to contain its heat. Clothing alone wasn't enough without the physiological adjustments happening beneath the skin. And biology alone wasn't enough without the social structure that kept people fed, warm, and awake through the night. Survival wasn't one clever trick. It was an entire ecosystem of solutions, working together in near-perfect harmony. And that raises an unsettling thought. Modern humans, wrapped in synthetic insulation, centrally heated homes, and instant electric warmth, have slowly lost many of the physical and psychological adaptations our ancestors relied on. Our bodies barely need to regulate temperature anymore because our environment does it for us. It's like evolution accidentally left a bug in the system. Except this time, we're the ones losing the skill, not gaining it. So here's the question worth sitting with long after this video ends. If you were stripped of your heater, your jacket, and your phone flashlight and placed in that same frozen valley tonight, would your body even remember how to survive? Or has comfort quietly made us the most vulnerable version of humanity that has ever existed? If you enjoyed exploring this mystery, subscribe to The Primal Logic for more fascinating stories about humans, nature, science, and the hidden reasons behind the world around us.